there I were. Saw not one, but two signs of obnoxiousness. Welcome back to the Jack Sparrow channel. I am Jack. And today, I want to talk about things that give you indigestion. And yes, it's food, but not actually eating food. Now, there I were. I had a hankering for sashimi. And there was one place I knew I could get it. So I drove across town, got out of my car in 114-degree heat, walked up to the door and saw not one but two signs of obnoxiousness telling me, well, how do I put this? I have had a dim view of the coof. As many know, I've been very open about it. Dim view of something that has a 99% ish, around there, average 99% survivability rate. In most cases, it's over 99%, well over 99% for most age ranges. But on average, it's 99%, right? Anyway, I digress. Oh, and by the way, I'm not a doctor, just so you know. I'm not wearing a white lab coat, I'm not carrying around a clipboard, and I don't have a stethoscope hanging around my neck. So no, I'm not Dr. Jack, I'm just Captain Jack. Okay? Okay. So, anyway, I have been very much against the government lockdowns across the globe, mind you, not just here. Over something that has such high survivability rate and such a low mortality rate. I think it's been a overstep, an egregious overstep of it's a power grab by governments across the globe, and it almost feels to be concerted. So government lockdowns are not the answer for certain things like this. I don't have very good feelings about the face diaper. There's been perhaps some evidence that's come to light that maybe it doesn't do that much good. Maybe it can do worse. Anyway, governments, it should always have been up to the individual. That's been my stance from the very get-go. It should always be up to the individual to make choices for themselves based on their own medical needs and their health risks, etc., etc. If you're scared of your shadow, by all means be scared of your shadow. If you have straight up some health risks that you just don't want to play the games with the coof, you know what? That is your choice and your right to do so, to do whatever is best for you. That I have maintained that. Now, do I feel that people walking around in the middle of nowhere by themselves, walking their dog, wearing 3 masks in 110-degree heat, will I roll my window down and laugh at them? Yep. Because that's just stupid and unhealthy, unsafe. Now, if I also see a dweeb in a brand new 2021 car with the windows rolled up and gloves and masks on, and it's just them by themselves, and a face shield on top of it, will I roll my window down and laugh at them? Yes, I will, because that's just stupid. But if people feel that it brings them comfort, hey, you do you, it's not bothering me. I think people have been conditioned and brainwashed, but hey, you know what? People are free to do what they do, right? So that extends to businesses as well, which gets to the heart of my story. I know, a long rambling intro, right? So I went to this sushi place that I've gone to in the past and enjoyed their sushi. It was about the only place that you can get sushi in the desert that didn't suck. And I'm going to leave the name of the sushi place out of it, just because, you know, it's their business to do what they do. So unfortunately, I get to the door and I see two signs. I see one sign on the ground, like one of those fold-up ones, that says that all patrons to enter must consent to a temperature reading. The pandemic has pretty much been over for how long now? I live in a state, Arizona, which is open. Everything's, and they're still playing games like this. Now, it's their right to do so, of course. I found it to be obnoxious. I will not consent or comply with a temperature reading. Yep, I don't have a fever. I can tell you that. Do you have a fever, sir? Nope, I feel pretty good. Thanks. Do you hear me coughing? Do you hear me sneezing? Is stuff dripping out of my nose? Do I look like I'm on my deathbed? Am I green? So the second sign is far more obnoxious. It says, remember, no shirt, no shoes, no masks, no service. Taking that no shirt, no shoes, no service thing another step further. And I kind of knew that was coming at some point. I just had an idea. I had a feeling, you know, deep in the recesses of my brain that was a coming, and I just couldn't admit it to myself. That just pushed over the top. I was not happy. I was not a happy customer. Well, I actually technically wasn't a customer because I said, screw that place, and I left. So, no shirt, no shoes, no mask, no service. Oh, no business for you. That's what I have to say about that. And it's their right to do so. And this is why I think it's, again, up to the individual establishments as well, because really, I mean, the market will speak. Whether or not they get a bunch of people who, you know, you got a lot of brainwashed ding-dongs out there who are just like, would you care for some tea? I just want to play along. And they'll wear their freaking face diaper and they'll beep, 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 do all this stuff like that because you jump and they say, how high? How high, massa? How high? And then they ask if you want, yeah, never mind. But, you know, that wasn't the only place I went to in my search for sashimi. I went to another place down the road, which I had never been to before, but I had seen a couple times near an Asian market I used to shop at. I always wondered about that place. I always wanted to try it, and I heard it was good. So I pulled up in front of there, and what do you know? You got a bunch of signs on that door, too. Seems to be something with the Asian community, I would say, which is ironic, but whatever. The one sign, of course, says, mask required to enter. Masks have not been required in many, many places. Heck, even Home Depot and Lowe's have ditched that. And that's a national chain. The other sign was more was more entertaining because it was in broken English. And I'm just quoting here. Decide order before enter. You decide order before enter. Oh, no mask, or no service. I didn't like it. So, but again, I'm like Robin Williams, okay? I do voices. Okay. Anyway. I think didn't get my sushi, sashimi, whatever. I didn't get it. I've been really jonesing for it, but I do at this point in the game. I think we're at the level where we need to just stop complying with things. And if a business wants to continue on with that when it's not required anymore, that's their business. And then I just don't go and take my business to that business, and then they don't give them money and their profits will be hurt. Because I was going to give them a lot of money. I was going to get the big sashimi platter and a kirin ichiban and miso soup. I was going to give them a nice chunk of change today, but they just they left that. They kind of, too bad, so sad. You know where I did go? I did go to this other chain, this really good place. It's a sports bar. They haven't required masks since before they lifted the mask mandate. Yeah, it's a semi-local chain. I can always go watch hockey there. It's great. Yeah, I went there, sat at the bar, no mask. Had myself a delicious big cheeseburger. With chipotle mayo and jalapeno poppers. They have really good fries and really good chipotle mayo. Washed it down with a couple of Angry Orchards. That's right. It's quite delightful. So anyway, what's the point of all this? I think if the individuals, if we want things to go back, if we want to try to wrest control and wrest our liberty back, which we never okayed them to take, right? If we want to regain our foothold in the status of libertydom, then what we need to do is we just need to tell governments no, not comply en masse, and if businesses want to, continue the charade, then guess what? We just don't go to those businesses, and they find out the hard way that maybe it don't work that way. Anyway, what do you think? Should businesses be allowed to, it's the same thing as making the special cake for the special wedding, right? Should they just not do it? Can they discriminate? Yes. They should be able to discriminate. That's your business. Here's a secret. In Japan, in like Tokyo, there's places you don't go as a white guy. Okay? There's places in Japan, in Tokyo especially, that you don't go as a white guy. There's clubs and establishments that if you're white or black even, you're not welcome. They don't want you there. You'll get kicked out. So yeah, does it happen? Are they allowed? Should businesses be allowed to do that? Yeah, I think so. Does it suck? Yeah. If you don't like it, what should you do? Don't go there. I guess they got the drag queen special at Chipotle, and I love Chipotle. I don't want to go there. So guess what? I ain't going there this month. I love myself a steak burrito bowl. It's great after the gym. But until they're dropping the drag queen burrito hour, I ain't going there. It's getting harder and harder not to have stuff pushed in your face. But anyway, that's all I have to say about that. That's another story for another day. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button. Like the video. And I'll talk to you later. Stay cool.
Would you care for some tea? Bitty, 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 bitty.